Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the WhyHunger podcast. I'm your host, Colin, and at WhyHunger, we believe that nutritious food is a human right and hunger is solvable. That's why we partner with the grassroots movements and organizations across the globe working to build a hunger-free world. I have a special guest on the show today. We have one and only Franklyn Mena, who is co-founder of University out in Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. Franklyn, it's great to have you on the show, brother. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Just let people know what University is all about, how you get started, and what was the particular need you found in Brownsville that compelled you to start University.
Sure. So first and foremost, my name is Franklyn Alejandro Mena. Franklyn is spelled with a Y, not an I. And I am Afro-Taino. My family is from Haiti and Dominican Republic. Born and raised in Brooklyn, East New York, Brownsville area. And the need for coming from that community, there has always been a need of a healthier organic food. When you come from underserved neighborhoods, sadly to say, a lot of the times we get the last of the Mohicans, if you want to say it, as far as vegetables go. So our vegetables aren't always the most organic or the most fresh. So University is an aquaponic farm and a business incubator. And we've been blessed for the last 2 years to work out of the space in Brownsville, East New York, in the industrial zone, to be exact, in the East Brooklyn East New York industrial zone, to get to do this type of work. And since COVID, we've been able to bless our community with over 500,000 pounds of fresh and organic food from donations from City Harvest, Green Top Farms, partnerships with BMS, Collective Fair, Mel, and so many others.
Can you explain like the why aquaponic farm? What's the nature of that? Just for those that may not know, like why that and the intention to bring that to the Brownsville community.
Aquaponic farming is the merger between aquaculture, which is fish farming, and hydroponics, which is vertical farming, indoor farming. So the importance of the two is that we wanted to bring something that's fresh and organic, which is obviously the vegetables that we are growing and will be growing in a larger scale. And along with that, we currently have another partnership with Salvation Praise and Seafood, which is a lady named by Comfort. For the last 8 to 10 years, she's been doing catfish. So we've always been passionate about bringing not only organic fresh vegetables, but organic produce like catfish or fish in general to the neighborhood, because that's also something that is not a common thing in the neighborhood of East New York or Brownsville, especially with being fresh. Talking about literally, we have about 25 baby catfish being stirred up, figuring out a way of how we can continue expanding that. As the why we did aquaponics in particular, so that we can have fresh and organic vegetables and fresh and organic produce to the neighborhood.
And within that build, like what's been the kind of the community response around on what you guys have been bringing over there? You say you've been working for the past 2 years, correct, on University?
So some of the challenges with us have been that we are a for-profit, not a non-profit. So raising funds has been coming in through contracts. Some of the contracts we've had are social and emotional contracts, working with the community on different forms of healing, like meditation, learning styles, teaching personality styles, stuff like that. And other stuff has been like artistic stuff, but farming has not been our breadwinner, right? And that's kind of like, you're a farmer and you would want to make money off your farming, right? But that hasn't been the case as of yet. Last 2 years, we've been hustling and bustling, figuring out ways of being able to do the work while we build out our farm and raise funds for it. For the last 6 months, getting blessed to do the work that we did during COVID, we've been able to do that, get some fresh and organic food to the neighborhood and show them why the importance of growing it ourselves is even more important. One of the challenges is being in New York. Indoor farming is not an all year round thing in New York. So indoor farming is something that is we're passionate about, because we know that it's just something that can be done all year round. Something that we can bring farm to table at any time. So that's something why we're passionate about, and a challenge, because not everyone knows what these things are. Obviously, when you're talking about something innovative, something new, something that actually our Taino brothers and sisters have done for years, or centuries, decades. Um, but some people are getting used to what it is today. So those have been some of the challenges we've been dealing with.
And what would you say have been some triumphs thus far, that you're really proud of?
Being able to create a community that's that's bigger than us. Be able to have some important partnerships and people who believe in us and put us out there. Like I said, like BMS. Shout out to Renee. Shout out to Allison from BMS who've been very supportive. Shout out to Denise and Eduardo. Shout out to Collective Fair, Rodney and Latoya. Shout out to BCCC, Lucas, Danny from Men Elevated Leadership and Ducati. Farm, Foundation for the Advancement and Rehabilitation of the Marginalized, Keston Jones and Vanessa Hughes. Some amazing partnerships have been come out of this. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful to have other individuals like brother Paul, and just a sense of community that we were able to create. Shout out to the people who've been working us, volunteering or on a paid gig, and just building some strong momentum to take things to another level.
Now, I understand you're still working on the build of the farm. How are you sourcing the food that you have been able to support community with during COVID? How are you sourcing those fresh foods? Are you working with like other farms around the area, or how is that working out?
Yeah, so since COVID happened, my brother had this genius idea to partner with the NYCHA housing units in the area, along with senior citizen homes, centers, and through that we were able to have a partnership with City Harvest, and be able to provide us with the food that they're rescuing. Yeah, we are sourcing it. We are putting it in either bags or boxes. The last 2 months, they've been actually giving us the prepackaged bags and boxes from the USDA, which is great. Some days have been great. Some other weeks have been, to be honest, which happens, right? But then we've also been blessed to have their partnership with Green Top Farms, who has been able to source some local farmers, upstate farmers, to be able to provide us really, really fresh organic food. Literally picked the day before, 2 days before that we got it.
So going forward, as you still continue to build out the farm, what do you see as the future for not only University as an organization, as a company, but really the impact University has on the Brownsville, Eastern New York community? What do you see for the future of that?
Food sovereignty. I think what I see for our community is being able to farm our own food, produce our own food, process our own food, distribute our own food, and be able to create a circular economy within the neighborhood that people from the neighborhood have some sort of ownership or some sort of opportunity within the business those businesses, so that they can be able to fund themselves and be able to find sources. I see the senior centers, I see the schools, I see the NYCHA housing being able to farm their own food. Yeah, I said that they will be able to farm their own food. We have shipping containers working with We Are Earth. We have retrofitted shipping containers that allow you to be able to do vertical farming, indoor farming. And the idea is that University, We Are Earth provides a shipping container, and in partnership with University, we're providing them with the curriculum of how to teach our seniors, how to teach our youth how to farm for themselves, and then allow that same housing unit or same senior center to be able to buy their own produce, instead of now buying it from the supermarket. They're able to now buy certain crops that they're able to build for themselves. If it could be microgreens, if it could be kale, if it could be tomatoes, if it could be whatever it is, now be able to buy that same food from themselves, and then be able to now give it out to their residents.
I definitely thank you for all you've brought in information around University and shedding more light on the work you guys do. Could you also let us know, and not only just one, of course, all the contact information and where people could find you, but also how people could support and possibly volunteering, as well as actually funding and supporting the growth of the farm. Can you give us more information around that?
Sure. Again, for those of you who are interested in supporting us, and again, Colin, thank you. University can be found. It's two separate words. University. So it's play on words. The idea is that we want it to be a unofficial university. So
right.
Two separate universecity.nyc is our website. Again, universecity.nyc is our website. You can go there to be able to volunteer, to be able to sign up. And also, we have our GoFundMe is Grow Brownsville. Our GoFundMe is Grow Brownsville. We're raising up to $250,000 to be able to retrofit the warehouse that we're in, along with build out the farm, because obviously you want to make sure that everything is up and running the way it's supposed to. And then for contact information, my email is fam, F-A-M, that's my initials, fam, F-A-M, at universecity.nyc. And I'm obviously always more than welcome to hear things out, look for partners, work with different individuals from the neighborhood or outside the neighborhood, and allies that we can build off of this.
So I want to thank you once again, Franklyn, for joining us here on the WhyHunger podcast. We look forward so much to what University has to offer to not only the Brownsville, East New York community, but to the fight for food sovereignty in New York and across the nation. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks again for having me, man.
Thank you all for joining us for another edition of the WhyHunger podcast. Please remember to hit like and hit subscribe on our YouTube at WhyHunger. And remember, if you want more information on WhyHunger's work, please make sure to visit www.whyhunger.org. I'm Colin, and I'll see you next time. Take care.